For the first time and only time in my life, in the 40 years of playing tennis, I lost 6-0, 6-0, a double bagel we call it. It rocked my world. I had no idea what had gone wrong. Unwisely, I dwelled on my deficiencies from the match for days. A week later, I was still dwelling on the loss. At the time, I didn't realize I was doing anything wrong. I've since learned that dwelling obsessively on what we do wrong is one of the greatest sources of interference to maximizing our potential. Self-doubt is dangerous. I once had a young 13-year-old snowboarder, in answer to my question of what it meant to doubt yourself, he said, "Don't say don't." Unimaginable the damage that self-doubt does to your hopes, dreams, and to the hard-earned skills. This is what doubt looked like for me. I would miss a backhand into the top of the net, and I'd start to say to myself, "Not again. Your backhand stinks. You can't make a backhand. Why do you even play this game? You just stink." The problem is, doubt doesn't just stay isolated to your backhand. Doubt is a mental habit and doesn't stay contained to one area of your life. It can and does spread to other areas of your life. Not identifying the root of the problem at the time, I struggled on the tour for the next year and a half, ending my pro aspirations. My poor performance would later be a blessing, as I never made any money and could still claim amateur status. I've since that time seen self-doubt in many people, athletes, coaches, musicians, students, children. And as a bishop, I see it in the ward members I'm a steward over. Once it takes hold of an individual, action is halted. I believe doubt to be one, if not the greatest, of the adversary's tools. It is the antithesis of faith. As President Monson said in his October general address, fear and faith cannot coexist. Any law that is discovered by man or woman was originally created by the Lord, and if we would like to obtain any blessing, like winning a tennis match or building a loving relationship with a spouse, requires obedience to that law. I love the law. I love this law and have received tremendous blessings from learning how to apply it. What I realized and started working on was every time I caught myself thinking, talking to myself in negative, reactive ways, "Your backhand stinks," or "Don't miss my backhand," I would stop that thought and immediately replace it with, "I love my backhand. I'm going to rip it down the line." Instead of saying to myself, "School is tough, BYU is too hard for me," I started telling myself, "I got this. I can get good grades." Here's one of my favorites. "I will remember this." At some point, I realized I was always saying to myself, "Don't forget this," or "You better not forget this for the exam." It took some time, but everything started to change. I was playing amazing tennis, at least for me. I was studying half the time and getting better grades, a lot better. More important, there was no more fear. It was a constant work of progress, a constant battle to apply the Lord's lessons. This is potentially the greatest lesson the Lord has taught me. Faith begins with how you talk to yourself. One of the skills I like the athletes I work with to have is a power statement. A power statement is a tool to use when the doubt comes at critical moments. As a power statement floods the mind with positive, strong thoughts and squeezes any negative thoughts and emotions out instantly. After the pre-qualifier, the athlete was in 4th place. She attended to all of the media obligations, family commitments, etc., then came over to me to talk to me. This is the conversation that transpired. Athlete: "I don't think today is my day." Me: "Really?" Athlete: "There's a ton of media here, a lot of friends and family. I don't think today's my day." Me: "Yeah, you just stink, don't you?" Athlete: "What?" Me: "Is that the right mindset?" Athlete: "Oh, right. I need to remember my power statement." The athlete told me after the event that she had got on the chairlift ride up for her finals run, and the doubt got in again. "It's okay. No one expected you to do this well. My family will still love me. She caught herself and said, no, today is my day. I'm making it happen today. She told me she was good mentally while she was being processed and was standing in the line with only 2 athletes from her turn when the doubt came in again. It's okay. No one expects you to. This time she was mad. Gets out of her skis and walks out of the starter's box and yells up into the mountain, today is my day. I'm making it happen today. You could see her determination as she came back into the starter's gate, put on her skis and grabbed her poles, and she put them down with purpose. She ends up skiing faster than she'd ever skied before, was further on the front of her boots, got bigger air, and ended up finishing in first place. 2 days later, she backed up her performance with a second place. This athlete, who 6 months earlier was called a guinea pig, went to Vancouver Olympics as the #2 mogul skier in the world and our top U.S. mogul skier, all while applying the principles of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
This devotional address with Craig Manning was given on January 31st, 2017.